That game is just about to wrap up. There's 15 seconds left. The Celtics have a 5-point lead. They had a 10-point lead at half. Cleveland had a really nice comeback. The Celtics got cold, if you ask me. But 15 seconds left in that one. We have our eyes on that. Jason Tatum's at the free throw line. I know some people are hoping, because I bet the under tonight. And I took, who did I take? Took the under, and I took over Donovan Mitchell points, which both look pretty good, but you never know these things. I said that to you at the beginning of the show if you listened. So the phone number here is 617-779-0985. You're coming home from the Bruins game and you want to react. I'm shocked. All I heard about was how good the Minnesota Wild were on the road. How many times did you hear that one tonight, Skaz?
Seemed to be a talking point early on.
Heard that a lot today. Man, Minnesota's so good on the road. So good they got shut out by the Boston Bruins. The team that gives up almost 4 goals a game. That in 25% of their games this year, they've given up 3 goals or more. With a shutout tonight. Coming home from the game. They've won 2 in a row. McAvoy's back. Trent Frederick scored a goal. I mean, we're seeing things we haven't seen in a while from this team. It's nights like tonight where they're too good to suck. Just too good to suck. But just not good enough at the same time. Tonight, though, Jeremy Swayman earning his paycheck. Penalty kill was great, too. I'm waiting for the finish on the Celtics game. In the meantime, we'll load up the phone line. 617-779-0985. I really want to react to the Celtics game because, this is the number 1 and number 2 seeds in the Eastern Conference. They've met twice already this year. Both games decided by 5 points. And right now it's a 6-point game with 15 seconds left. So the game was as anticipated. The last 4 games for Cleveland, they have won every game by 14 points or more. They have been rolling. And tonight, they ran into the Boston Celtics. It's not over yet. But so far, so good for the Green. All right, we'll hit the headlines here. I'm Joe Murray. We got 1 hour to go. Feel free to call in anything you want. Skaz is here. I'm Joe. You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub.
From the Town Fair Tire Studios, this is Boston's home for sports.
He scores! What a blast by Boston! Waiting, Holiday screams, good night!
WBCFM and HD Boston, 95 The Sports Hub. Beasley Media Group Station. Sports Hub headlines.
Bruins 3-0 shutout winners tonight over the Minnesota Wild. Wow. It was great, everybody. 3-0 shutout Swayman, star of the game. Swayman had 35 saves in this one. Trent Frederick, Morgan Geekie, he had the 3rd goal. Charlie McAvoy, the other. Bees win tonight. They take on the Rangers on back-to-back nights, which will be tomorrow. Celtics currently in action right now in Cleveland. They're wrapping up their 3-game road trip. They have a 110-105 lead right now, 12 seconds to go. Derek White, 2 key threes in the 4th quarter, 20 points. Jason Tatum at 22, Porzingis with 19. Looks like the Celtics are going to hang on in this one. And plenty of NBA news. Mavericks acquired Caleb Martin today from Philadelphia. Andy Reid, he says he's going to return next year with the Chiefs. Headlines. They are brought to you by our good friends over at Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Enjoy this Sunday's game while dropping with Awaken 180. Wings, meatballs, drinks, all on the menu. Results for real life, awaken180weightloss.com. I'm Joe Murray. Your next update in 30 minutes.
You want to talk sports? We want to talk sports.
Squeeze the chicken and open the mouth.
It's like we were meant for each other.
This is why you need us.
98.5, the Sports Hub.
Bruins win tonight 3-0. It's a shutout. And the Celtics, they defeat Cleveland 112-105. They take care of business on their 3-game road trip. The switch has been flipped, everybody. They get Dallas on Thursday night. And then a key matchup against the New York Knicks. We flipping switches. Bruins flip the switch tonight, too. 0 goals. Imagine scoring more goals than the other team and letting up less goals. That's what I would say about the Bruins. I will say this. Very critical about the Bruins all year long. This was, guys, you worked the game. Was this something to be like, have we ever seen this? This was a domination tonight.
Yes, Joe, we've seen this before. We've seen
this year.
Yeah, they've had some good games. Joe, they're not the bottom of the league, but yes, it was a sight for sore eyes tonight after some bad performances. But this is kind of what they've done. They're up and down. They're good when they're desperate, it seems like, and then other times they just look desperate. But yeah, I mean, a good win tomorrow against the Rangers. That's a real tough spot in the Garden in New York. Still some things that, Zadorov penalties, Wallstrom offensive zone penalties, celebrating after he hits the post on the breakaway. Yeah. That was not my favorite look, but overall a very good night for the Bruins. And this is the thing for me tonight was Jeremy Swayman. Swayman was very, very good tonight, and that's how this team is built to win hockey games.
Oh, their goaltending. Because again, how many goals? They're on a bad pace, but I give them credit tonight. So you can react to that if you're on the way home. The Celtics won. I hyped this game up tonight. I said that this was a really important game. The reason why it was important was you saw the comeback versus the 76ers. Down 26 when they could have just thrown up the white flag. The coach gave them the pass. They met the challenge. They came back and won, but that only mattered how they responded tonight on the road. Final game of a road trip. They went up 20 points. They were playing defense. Cleveland was not shooting well, but I accredit that to defense. Celtics were up 10 at halftime. Porzingis was struggling a little bit. Jaylen Brown was leading the way. He had 16 points. To me, the difference in this game was Al Horford. I thought Luke Cornett had some really good passes tonight. And they got out-rebounded again, which is still going to be a problem. If they're going to play the Cavs, that's what they have to watch out for. But I thought Horford was great. And when Brown came out of the game for Pritchard down the stretch for free throws, when Tatum was getting double-teamed, it was Derek White who took over the point guard position tonight. And he would get rid of the ball and look inside. And Porzingis, when he or even Tatum at the foul line at times, would dribble, wait for Strus on the double team. And once Strus even hesitated towards Tatum, Tatum found Derek White, and White nailed 2 huge threes. Now, I give Derek White the credit for knocking down some big threes, but teams are double teaming Jason Tatum every single night, whether he's bringing up the ball with the blitz. Tonight, it was him at the free throw line backing down Garland or Mitchell. And once the help came, it was Tatum that identified it. Tatum was in, I don't know if you saw that 3 to Horford earlier, but he was dribbling. He was waiting for the double. The second he went to penetrate, the double came, and he threw the long cross-court pass, which I don't love. But Tatum made it look beautiful tonight, found Al Horford, knocked down the 3. If we could, I would love to know how many threes that Jason Tatum assisted on tonight, because they were off the double team. The reason why Denver got back in the game, the Celtics were missing free throws. They started getting lazy. I think Jaylen Brown was tired late. They brought in Pritchard and it worked out. Defensively, it didn't. Mitchell went on a little bit of a run. I thought the bench played well. I thought Luke Cornett had some really nice passes. There was a time where he was on the pick and roll. Cleveland couldn't defend it. When he got the ball in the middle, they doubled him. He throws it out to the corner to knock down a three. They assisted on so many threes tonight. I'll find out what it was. But that's how they win. And it seems like teams are always trying to double, whether it's Tatum or somebody else inside. They were looking for the pass tonight, and they were hitting that three. That's Celtics basketball right there, everybody. Now, I brought this up. I've already talked to Skaz about it, and I see Paul in our chat already said Jalen was benched in the final moments. I wanted to bring it up because I did think he was struggling. I did. But after careful consideration, I don't know how Brown will take it. I really don't. I don't. But for the betterment of the team tonight, they were better having Drew Holiday, who had a big shot late, and Peyton Pritchard on the court because of fouls. I'll look it up, but Brown he had no free throws. 7 of 12 from the field, 16 points. He did have 9 rebounds. What a night for Brown, huh? But yet I'm bringing up the fact he didn't play late. So am I reaching? Because he wasn't on the court late. I noticed it.
He had 5 fouls. I think that was part of it.
Okay.
I think the 5 fouls, and also he was cold after halftime. He was easily their best player
by far
in the first half. He was carrying them. No one could shoot. He was 5 of 7 early. And then he got in some foul trouble, and I think late in games, when they know a team like the Cavs is going to play the foul game, you get Pritchard in. Pritchard is a knockdown free throw shooter, and Jalen isn't.
This is why it's good having ball handlers, right? I thought it was in the best interest of the team tonight. He had a hell of a night. They don't win this game without him. I just hope as far as an ego goes, and I don't mean that about Brown. I don't. In the end, I'm sure that he looked at it as a team effort and they won. I'm sure he will. I'm sure he'll bring up the fact he had 5 fouls. They closed this thing out. It got close. 5 points at one, and one wasn't great. Pritchard got beat by Mitchell a couple of times defensively. But overall, I thought this was a great effort. They only shot 35% from 3, but when it mattered in the fourth quarter, bing, bang, boom. I wanted to look up the assist numbers tonight. 26. As far as the rebounding went, wow. In the end, the Celtics out-rebounded them. 53-51. That wasn't the case in that third quarter there. And by the way, this Jared Allen, Mobley connection, well, they have 23. Yeah, they had 23 rebounds combined. Jared Allen tonight, 17 points, 18 rebounds. That guy's a double-double machine. Mitchell, another 31 points. I thought Darius Garland at times, although it looked good on the score sheet, I thought he was not good defensively. And Max Strus is 0. That guy's a 0. I'm sorry.
He was doing an awful lot of crying, too, from what I was seeing. And look, I know the Celtics complain. It's the NBA. Everyone complains. Max Strus was committing blatant fouls, like, middle school, just run-of-the-mill CYO ref, park and rec ref is calling that a foul. And he was just...
We fouled out.
Over the top complaining to the referees afterwards. Yeah. It's like, dude, what are you doing?
I would just say this. Hey, Max Strus, don't try to double-team Jason Tatum and give up the 3.
Well, I think that's one of the
things. He gave up 6 straight points.
We talk about Tatum and how he's, Porzingis has been their best player since he's been back. Tatum has been, the most consistent player of everyone all year long. But just how he's handling double teams this year, and he's been good at it in the past. He's been really good at it at times in the playoffs. But this year, he's taken it to another level. Some of the cross-court passes and just, his vision. It's just him maturing and making another part of his game, an impact part. And tonight it was on full display.
I thought his passing ability was outstanding. Ryan in our chat is saying that Tatum had 8 assists tonight. Let's look it up.
I believe it was 7, but yeah, right around there.
Sure, 7.
Game high.
Oh, did he get the hockey assist too? You throw that one in there. A game high, 7 assists, you're right. It stood out. See, Brown, at least early on, I thought got everyone involved. and he got involved. Tatum's assist tonight stood out to me. 22 points, 7 assists, 4 rebounds, 2 blocks as well. I had a couple of blocks I thought that were important in this one. And just one more thing on Brown. I know sounds like I'm hard on him, but he is being coached, I think. Well, I shouldn't even say I think. They coached it this way. He had 5 fouls, and he had 5 turnovers. He's not their best ball handler.
Can I tell you why tonight's a scary night for the Cleveland Cavaliers? Kristaps Porzingis and Jason Tatum, combined 14 of 43 from the field. And the Cavs basically lost by double digits and played the foul game in the final 2:30.
Well, when it was down 5, and Jared Allen kind of boxed out Porzingis, and they wanted to flop for it. But no, he did get. I mean, Scott Foster was the official tonight, so I know he was trying to wrangle that thing up a little bit. But they were looking for a flagrant on that, and even Porzingis was like, "No, man." But they didn't get the free throws. But what happened next? Tatum went to the basket on a follow-up offensive rebound, got fouled, hit both his free throws, went up 7. That was important because White came down and knocked down the threes. They were battling tonight, man. That was a great. Honestly, you're right. Cleveland, they're going to hang around. Mitchell's going to do what he does. Jared Allen's a rebounding machine. They need a little bit more from Mobley.
And he was really good in one of the first. I think the game Cleveland won, Mobley was really good in that game.
And Tatum didn't. Brown didn't play in that game, right? Yeah, Brown didn't play in that game. They got a no-show from Max Strus tonight. I don't think that happens again.
Yeah, I don't know if you're going to get a Porzingis Tatum 14 for 43 again either.
Yep, and they got 12 from Merrill off the bench. So, I mean, if you really want to look at it, that's where they made it up. You're right. I don't think you're going to get a Tatum Porzingis night the way you did. Seeing Al Horford play, though, hitting some big shots, playing big minutes, his 10 rebounds tonight. See, I don't forget about Al. I think Al's a part of the Celtics machine, man. Whether it's off the bench, whether it's starting, there are times where he can't gel. I get it. But he knows his role. He knows he doesn't play on the back-to-back. He was huge tonight for the team. And you know what? In big games, it's Big Al.
Yeah, I think Cleveland is a better matchup for him than say like the Pacers or a team that wants to get out and run more. Cleveland, they have some big guys that they have to placate too. That's kind of their game is, when Mitchell's not hitting threes and doing everything, that they use Allen and Mobley. So that is a matchup where I think Horford is still very useful.
All right, I want to look ahead to the schedule on this one. This one tonight, I said it. There's a lot going on in the NBA right now. Trade deadline, teams and players want to move. There's future options that players won't accept because of trades. There's a lot going on here. But as the league and ownership now tries to take control back, you know who took control back of the league tonight? The Boston Celtics. 617-779-09. I'm not a green teamer, guys. It's just fact. They beat the number 1 team in the league tonight.
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
The Celtics are who we thought they were. 40-9. Best team in the league. Nope. Celtics can go 3 on a row on the road and still beat you. And not even shoot well. Ta-da! I haven't dropped one of those in a long time. Celtics take control of the league again. We'll take a break. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
More Joe Murray coming up on the Sports Hub. Joe Murray on the Sports Hub.
Lobs it. Tatum, dotted line, kick out, open. Horford up fakes the three, drives into the paint, return to Derek White. The hot hand has another three, circle the rim, and it falls in good.
When you're hot, you're hot. When you're not, you're not.
A monster fourth quarter for Derek White, galloping down the stretch like a thoroughbred.
Well, the Celtics wrecked the Cavs tonight. You wrecked me, baby. Every time, Scaz. I don't know what it is. I miss Tom Petty every day, actually, to be honest with you. It's one of the ones that I just, it hurts. Jow Mister, what's up? David, is Luka playing tonight? No. Looking at our chat right now. Ryan Madone. Everyone's talking about Felger.
Luka is currently sitting on the Lakers bench right now, not playing.
Clapping for them. Can I give the Celtics some credit on defense tonight, Skaz? Am I allowed to? I know the green people think it's a green team show. I'm very unbiased, I feel.
No, just the facts, Joe.
I do stand. Listen, I understand that people don't like my take. That's fine. What's your take? I haven't heard yours yet. Because I do think the Celtics make teams tap. Mark this day down, Skaz. Today is what? February 4th?
2-4.
Couple more games before the All-Star break, right?
Correct.
Cavs came into this game 40-9. They're now 40-10. Their last four great team. Yep. Their last four games, they've won every game by 14 or more. They've been dominating teams. But what happened tonight? Do you know what happened tonight? They couldn't shoot. Why? The Celtics played defense. Where did they get their defense tonight? They blocked shots. They had 6. You know what else? 10 steals on the night. And I'm just calling him out right now because you know what? I don't think this guy sucks. But he's whack to the Celtics. It's Darius Garland. Nice player. I like him fine. I liked him in college a lot. Dude, Drew Holiday had him on lockdown late. Derek White as well. Tatum backed him into the post. And I know that Tatum didn't shoot well. It wasn't because of Garland's defense, okay? I just don't think they have another guy. I think that the way that they're building their bigs, I feel as though Dallas wants to build their team like that. I don't know how it will be with a big man as your best player. I don't know. Donovan Mitchell's the best player on Cleveland, no doubt about it. And Darius Garland's a really nice piece. But at some point, they do need more out of Evan Mobley. And Jared Allen's your do-it-all guy. They need another wing. They're not good enough. They put the pressure on Garland. Then they take the pressure off Garland. And it's like they toy with him. They toy with him. So I want to give the Celtics defense some credit, right? Everyone says they're not playing defense. I saw 6 blocks out there tonight. I saw them steal the ball and transition score to go up 15 points at one point. Credit to the old defense. We all want to talk about how great their offense is. Celtics sprinted out tonight to a lead over the Cavaliers. The end result, a 112-105 win over the number 1 team in the Eastern Conference. Celtics have now won their 4th straight game. They're 36-15 on the year. These were 2 of the best offenses in the league. It started off certainly slow, but the Celtics, they settled in. They built up a 20-point lead in the first half. Again, it was 10 points at halftime. Celtics led for most of the second half. Then the Cavs started to buy in a little bit. They started driving to the hole. They started getting to the basket, and the Celtics struggled to shoot. But when the Cavs got close, no sweat from the Celtics. Derek White, you just heard one of his big threes, hit 2 huge ones in the fourth quarter. Jason Tatum, 22 points, 7 assists. Again, I mentioned Derek White's 20 points. It held off Donovan Mitchell and his 31 points and 10 rebounds tonight. So now, the Celtics will return home from their 3-game road trip. They'll take on the new-look Dallas Mavericks on Thursday night. Still no word yet if Anthony Davis will play in that game. He did not play, or I think he didn't play against Philly, right? That's when the trade happened, and I believe he was out tonight. I'll look that up. But, I thought they held off the Cavs. They stood definitely in crunch time, I thought. I think the slump's over for Derek White. 6 of 12 from 3 tonight. 14 points in the fourth quarter. That was the difference. He's now shooting 22 of 47 in his last 5 games. Joe Math. 22, 47. That would be 46, 46.8. 47%. How about the bench tonight? Al Horford, 13 points, 9 rebounds. I thought it was 10. Peyton Pritchard, another 9 points. Luke Cornett, 4 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists. His plus-minus is outstanding. Horford and Pritchard played in crunch time while Jaylen Brown was on the bench because of foul trouble. The Cavs have led the Eastern Conference the majority of the season. 31 games to go for the Celtics, but with the win, they trail the Cavs by 4.5 games. Celtics still have time to make up some ground here. They're on their own 4-game winning streak with Dallas on deck. They'll meet for a 4th time on February 28th at the Garden. Celtics lead the series with the Cavs right now 2-1 in the head-to-head. I think the Celtics beat the number 1 team in the league tonight. They did it by defense, and they did it by playing team basketball. And quite frankly, I don't think the Cavs can compete. They're a great team. 40-10. I'll give you credit. But just remember, if you want to crown them, make sure to crown the Celtics because
If you want to crown them, then crown their ass. But they are who we thought they were.
The Celtics are who we thought they were. By the way, underdogs tonight, Skez. 3rd time this year. Guess what happened? Don't do it. Oh, I love it. Love it. All right, we'll hit the headlines here. I'm Joe Murray. You want to talk about the Celtics? We can do that. Bruins as well. We get some Patriots stuff. I got the Cooper Cup odds as well. Where could he end up? We'll do all that as we're here until 11 o'clock tonight. I'm Joe Murray here on the Sports Hub.
Sports Hub headlines.
The Boston parlay tonight. It hit. Bruins 3-0 shutout win over Minnesota tonight. Jeremy Swayman, 35 saves. McAvoy, Frederick. What was the more impressive win? To me, it's the Celtics. Sorry, but a regular season game against the Minnesota Wild doesn't really jack me up. Doesn't get me jacked up? I didn't know. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't fire me up.
I think both good wins, but anytime you're taking on the number one team in your league on the road, that gives you the tip of the cap there.
Both teams opened it up, right? Like the Celtics went on that big run. There were times where I did wonder if Cleveland would shoot better because they were struggling. But I credit the Celtics defense for their struggles. The Celtics were locked in tonight. There's no doubt about it. And that's, I think, the most important thing to take away for tonight. They were locked in. They played defense. And when it came down to it, one of their best players was in foul trouble. They were able to use their bench to close out a game. And Jason Tatum used his ability to get to the line and face double teams to make the right pass. And it was Derek White who knocked down back-to-back threes. And you know what? I didn't think Drew Holiday had a great night. But you know what? Late in the game, his ball handling skills, he had a big basket. That's why he's here, man. So there's talks always about trade deadline and guys you should move. And, I don't think Drew Holiday's been the guy this year as far as, night in and night out, he has it. He had a quote recently that says he's old. He did sign the extension last year. When the game is on the line, Drew Holiday should be on the court. There's no doubt about that. And I thought he held Garland in check late in the game. It's one of those nights where you look at it, and although his stat line was 6 points, 6 rebounds, and 1 assist and 2 steals, they were huge. Yep, he was a -10 tonight. Sure. But late in the game, his ball handling with Peyton Pritchard on the court, without Jaylen Brown, got the job done. Anything else to add to that, Skaz? You agree?
Yeah, I think it was a good team. I mean, they struggled to shoot. You want to give Cleveland some credit there, yeah.
They tightened up and finally shot better.
Yeah, they locked in the fourth, and I just thought the intensity, the efforts, things that we had been questioning over the last, before this 3-game run, the last month, that they just weren't into it. But no, they get up for big games. I've said this all year. A game in Toronto on a Wednesday night, you're not going to get the best Celtics. In Cleveland, number one team in the league on TNT, they show up and they win.
All right. You guys have heard from us. Let's hear from you. We got Matt. He's in Nashville. What's up, Matt?
Yo, what's up, brother?
What up?
What a game, man. That was nice. It was nice. It was nice to see that we were able to still accomplish, the win, even though we were shooting horrible at the beginning. Jaylen Brown carried us the whole first quarter. For the rest of the game, he had like 4 points. Everybody else stepped up after that. It was great. But quickly, I just want to talk about all this Dallas situation. I think Dallas actually made out in the deal. I honestly think that they are going to make it farther than the Lakers in the playoffs. And if they do, I want to meet you somewhere and put some money on some beefs, brother. So whoever you take, you've taken the Lakers,
Matt,
I'll take Dallas and put some money on the beefs.
Matt, do you know where the Mavericks are in the standings right now?
Yeah, Mavericks are tied for the play-in game. I think they're sitting at 11, but they have a 5-10 winning percentage, same as 9-10 and 11, sir.
That is correct.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm ready. I'm ready, brother.
You're ready. I'm not discrediting you. But you can't say, Matt, my only problem with your take is that you say the Mavericks won the trade because they're going to go further in the playoffs this year. I just think that's the wrong way to look at it. The Lakers now have a generational type talent potentially for the next, 10 plus years.
While the Mavericks have a window of 2 seasons.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, there's a whole bunch of things going on with casinos and Texas.
Yeah, don't worry about that. Let's just talk
Cubans
basketball.
Selling that and yada yada. But
let's talk basketball. Long term,
Yes,
who's better here, Lakers or Mavericks?
at the end of the day, I think if you win in the championship, I think that the Mavericks are better because what's going to happen is LeBron's going to retire, and then all you got is
Austin Reed and Dalton Connect that they drafted well with. Yep. But who does Dallas have when Kyrie Irving gets older and Klay Thompson can't do anything anymore and Anthony Davis is 33, 34, 35. Like, they only have a short window, man. Long term, the Lakers got the better deal.
All right, so then are you taking me up on some beefs then?
Yeah, sure. I mean, why is it got to be beefs?
I mean, whatever you like to eat, let's go eat it.
I love to eat everything. What are you out in Nashville, right? What do you like? What do you like in Nashville?
Yeah, I mean, I'm from Hudson. I
Hudson.
like.
Oh, I got rail trail. Oh, Hudson, New Hampshire.
Yeah,
I don't go that way, bro.
The next door neighbor.
No, all right. Well, Hidden Pig. That's my guy over there.
So. Well, we can go to the what? The Kowloon. How about that?
Don't threaten me with a good time, bro.
I mean, we can go talk about,
wait.
Jey Uso
when do we find out?
And do whatever.
When does this bet pay off? What's the timeline?
This year. Whoever makes it farther in the playoffs.
This year, whatever team, Lakers or Mavericks, makes it further in the playoffs.
Yes,
I
sir.
have the Lakers, you have the Mavericks, and
yes, sir.
If the Lakers win, you owe me, and if Mavericks win, I owe you?
Yes, sir.
Marking the tape.
Feel pretty good about it. Well, what do you think happens on Thursday night now with Anthony Davis? You think he plays?
Yeah, I mean, why not? Come on out and show out, right? Because at the end of the day, if everybody says what they say and it was all this backdoor hush-hush stuff, then people got something to prove. So if you got something to prove, then, like they say, right, you put up or shut up. So let's see what's up.
All right, bro. Well, hey, listen, scared money make no money, right?
And you know what else is scary? Is if Cleveland can step up and make a deal and get Jimmy Butler, the Celtics might be in trouble.
Ooh, so
have a good night.
I'm in on that one. You call back, man. All right?
Have a good night.
Later. Okay, I'm not going to forget Matt Nashua now.
I would not be afraid of Jimmy Butler joining the Cleveland Cavaliers.
No, I think he's an upgrade over Strus.
He's not. You're not 1-for-1 trading Jimmy Butler for Strus.
I just think that you're going to have Jimmy Butler on the floor instead of Strus.
Yeah, and you're also not going to have Garland or one of your big guys or somebody else is going out. You're not. Pat Riley's not saying, I'll take Max Strus back for Jimmy Butler.
That $52 million option, though, huh? Can you believe this is what I mean by the owners have taken over the league now. The players for so long, dude, could choose where they wanted to go. What they could hijack situations, right? Like legit.
Well, I mean, look at maybe the one that sticks out for me the most is what happened with DeAndre Jordan and that whole fiasco and Mark Cuban like locking him in his living room or whatever. Yeah. So like we're a long ways away from that, but this is what happens in the NBA. It kind of goes in cycles, and the owners have been kind of getting. But I'm a players guy. The players usually get screwed by these organizations. That's why I don't fault them for some of the stuff, but yeah, the Durant stuff got out of hand. The Jimmy Butler stuff has gotten way out of hand. So yeah, I'm team Pat Riley on this one because Jimmy Butler is being a malcontent, and now Pat Riley is as petty as it gets, and we're watching two very petty individuals go at it.
The last thing I saw is that Jimmy Butler wants to apologize and come back now.
Yes, he's telling the team, his agent has been telling the team he's in shape, he's ready to go, we can put this all behind us.
Oh, really? Yeah? Where are they in the standings?
Chris B. Haynes. Sources. Jimmy Butler's camp has repeatedly told the Heat he's in shape, healthy, and ready to continue his career and move past this immediately. Their messaging to Heat has been to negotiate best deal possible, and once in red zone, if that team is granted by position by Miami to speak to Butler, yada, yada, they'll go forward. So basically he's saying, guys, I'm ready to be traded. Just make sure it's the right situation. In every situation they've put in front of him, Jimmy Butler has said no.
So he wants to play out the year, and then next year he can either opt out or opt into the $50 million option and trade him? Dude, $52 million?
Yeah, I have a tough time thinking that Miami's going to let him see that money.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm just trying to say. Because who's going to let him? I mean, if he gets traded, he can still pick it up, right? Like, let's just say he got traded to the Clippers, let's just say. They now have to eat the money. But the reason I look at it for like a team like the Clippers, it's a little hard when you're over the cap, Skaz, to make these kind of moves. But that's who I would look for is a team that's not near the luxury threshold. Because that $52 million, dude, that's now a placeholder on your salary cap. Like, when you're over the cap, you can't make like a money for money trade. You know what I'm saying? But a team that's not there, acquiring, a max player plus the rest of the salary, like, to me, you're a crap team. You want crappy Jimmy Butler. And Pat Riley would love it because he's not going to play. And then that team will just secure that $52 million somewhere else next year. Oh, man. Jimmy Butler. One night on the morning show when I used to work on the mornings, when Jimmy Butler beat the Celtics on like a last-second shot, I made a song, but they didn't want to use it. And I went, damn, I hate that Jimmy Butler. And they didn't want to use it. And I still don't understand to this day.
That seems like something that they would jump all over.
I know.
Nowadays.
Well, all over it. Yeah, I think it's because I didn't let Fred hear it. But it was like, damn. The song, I Wish I Was Your Lover? That's where I came, damn, I hate that Jimmy Butler.
I don't know if I'm familiar, Joe.
Just Google, damn, I wish I was your lover.
Might be rejoining with it next.
We'll wrap up this show here on the other side. I'm Joe Murray here on 98.5 The Sports Hub.
You're listening to Joe Murray on 98.5.
Corona, Shaw's and Star Market, and Wendy's.
Felger and Maz are just his pregame.
They've been getting wholesale deals for years.
It's Joe Murray on the Sports Hall.
Hey, to anyone but the Heat, I'm ready. I got suspended, but I still want to stay here. I got 52 million reasons to stay here next year. Well, I just listen. Jimmy Butler always got the Celtics, and now it's time to get Jimmy Butler. Damn, that Jimmy Butler. Can't believe you gave a 3 to Harrow. Damn.
Had some good mashups on the night show this week. I don't know what's better, Max's trophies or Joey's Jimmy Butler.
I feel like we need. I mean, Max was good tonight. We couldn't hear it on the station tonight because it was on our sister station because of the double games. Some guy goes, "Love ending my day with Joe." Thanks, man. Skaz is here too. He's the one who plays the music. So what else? What do we have going on this week now? We have tomorrow night is Bruins again.
Bruins and Rangers.
Okay.
Madison Square Garden, big one.
Rematch from a couple days ago. So you know how I mentioned the Celtics flipping the switch the other night and how important it was tonight for the Celtics to win, and they did? I think you can say the same exact thing about the Bruins. Tonight, the Bruins shut out Minnesota, one of the best teams on the road in the league. It doesn't mean anything tomorrow night if you lose to the Rangers. Who's in net tomorrow night? Do you go back to Korpisalo?
I heard a little on the broadcast. They say maybe you go Swayman tomorrow with this big Four Nations break coming up, and you don't think Swayman's going to start for Team USA.
And the other night, you thought last week that they should have flip-flopped it where it should have been Korpisalo and then
Korpisalo should have started in Buffalo.
And then obviously have Swayman go against, I don't know, the best team in hockey.
Yeah.
Right? You would think that, yeah. Well, that's what we got tomorrow night. Someone goes, well, we hear this Joe recap on the Lazy Morning Show. Hey, I will take anything. You want to use the cameos and our bits and our in or outs? In. Listen, we need more eyes here. We'll take them.